Shalom. I want to begin the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Back up with another lesson through the Spirit, man. Lesson most likely going to be quick, but I just was scrolling through some articles on my feed, looking for something to talk about in today's lesson, and I came across this. I've seen another article that was around along the same lines too, but I didn't kind of looked past it at first. But then when I seen something else talking about it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. Let me see. Yeah, man, this one at the top. See, this one was 21 minutes ago, and then another one as well. That wasn't the one I seen though. Where is it at? Salaki, let me see. Might be right here. Yep, this one. U.S. government issues travel advisory to popular vacation destinations. That was the one I seen earlier today. So, let's open that one up too, because I might be able to get some good information from that. And I'm going to go back to the other one that they just put up. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to read this one. So I'm going to go ahead I might read those other two, or skim through them at least, see what it's talking about, if it's along the same lines or if it's going to be different information. And I'm going to pull out precepts through the Spirit to the best of my ability. I don't have nothing written down or nothing like that. I'm just going to do a little bit of, like the other Apostle Hart says, work on your spiritual training bag. And I kind of already started, as soon as I was just skimming through this and precepts started popping up in my head already. So I'm going to go ahead and read this, and Lord willing, they come back to me and I can pull out something else. But without further ado, man, let's get into it. So it reads, Americans are canceling flights over safety concerns. And funny thing about that is I have to catch another flight tomorrow morning too. So, yeah. But through all of this shit that's going on, I have no type of fear or nothing like that of flying. So ultimately, I just ask y'all, Bashim Yashar, for protection and to ultimately get me from my destination safely, to and from my destination safely. I put my faith in Him. It says, Americans have been dissuaded from flying due. Let me get that word, man. Dissuaded. Okay, yeah, kind of discouraged from flying due to the string of aircraft accidents that have occurred in the past few weeks and the rising cost of air travel. According to a recent 1,000-person survey conducted by travel website Locals Insider, 1 in 3 Americans feel less safe flying after the recent aviation incidents. In addition, the firm found that 10% of respondents had postponed or even canceled a trip over these safety concerns. And I feel like this is probably like the third or fourth video I've made concerning the airplane incidents, right? It's a common reoccurrence, okay? These things are relevant. I mean, ultimately, like I said, some of these events I feel like are psyops. They're trying to scare the people, and it's starting to work. Shit, they say 1 in 3 people have a fear of flying now, which I don't know if that's larger or more or less, but they're getting people to not want to travel anymore. I feel like that's the whole goal, especially with all the shit that Donald Trump is doing, him making enemies with other nations and whatnot. they're definitely not gonna want to see no Americans in their country soon. So while most it says why it matters, while most Americans still consider air travel a safe mode of transportation, the plane crashes that have occurred so far this year appear to have shaken some of the public's confidence in flying. The survey indicates that these concerns could translate into financial consequences for the industry if passengers' trust in air travel continues to decline. Okay. What to know? A series of shocking and deadly aircraft incidents have been headlined this year. Chief among these is the late January mid-air collision between an American Airlines passenger jet and a military Black Hawk helicopter, which resulted in 67 fatalities. That pretty much is when started. Right? This is soon followed by reports of 10 passengers down in the Cessna aircraft crash in Nome, Alaska, and later footage of a Delta Airlines jet flipping upside down while arriving at Toronto Pearson Airport. No fatalities occurred in the later incident, and then also the incident in Philadelphia, which we've talked about. That I'm not going to revisit that. And then you have what appeared to have been a Jake woman, completely stripped down, nude, and exposed herself to a flight full of people. This is like yesterday or the day before yesterday on a Southwest flight. So I don't know, man. She was losing their damn minds. I want to get this in 2 Corinthians. Let me get this. Yeah, let me get Amos 3 and 6 first. I'm going to split my screen. I ain't get that in a minute. Okay, this is Amos 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? Okay? So anything that happens on earth, man, anywhere, was planned by the Lord from the beginning. Surely the Lord, Most High Power, Yahweh, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, the men out there who pushing this 100% truth with peace and sincerity on these YouTubes, bringing forth, you know what I'm saying, the videos and whatnot, going to camp, right? The Lord is revealing these secrets to us, okay? And so I brought that out first so I could get this. I believe this is in Corinthians. He reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets, man. Okay? We're able to see and discern things that other people are not able to see and discern. Right? Hey, like it reads, man, let no man deceive you, for that day may not come. This is 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? If it were possible, they would deceive the prophets, which that's talking about false prophets. But even with our enemies, man, right? I understand, and I believe, I do, that a lot of this shit. Okay, ultimately, number one is judgment. I'm gonna say that first and foremost. But at the same time, though, I feel like it's definitely Psyop, a way to get the people afraid and not want to travel as a way to limit transportation, right? Like my father said when we did that lesson last time I was in St. Louis, which I'll be back. But like he said, man, right after 9/11, because I wasn't even born. But right after 9/11, they grounded all the flights, right? So as a reason in scriptures, as we know, man, let's get to it. This is Second Ezra, what, the 15th chapter? 17th verse. This is Second Ezra 15 to 17. And you can read above this. This is a very, very juicy chapter. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? All of these things that are written in this book are going to come to pass soon, right? So there's a number of reasons why you won't be able to go into a city. Like it said right after that. The pride of the city, right? Pride of the city. America is one of the most prideful places on the country. Along with that, not even just being able to not fly anywhere, okay? Because ultimately, one of the things that they're implementing right now is by May, I believe May 7th, 2025, or beginning of May, you're going to need a real ID in order to fly domestic in the United States, right? A lot of people don't have real IDs. I remember when I went to the DMV, whenever that was, some years ago, they asked if I wanted a real ID. This is when I got my first driver's license, I think. It was like an intermediate driver's license, something like that. Maybe something along those lines. And we seen all the paperwork I had to do for it, and I was like, nah, just give me a regular one. And then when I got my new one, I ended up actually getting a real ID. So there's a lot of different things you have to go through. And if you don't have that, then you have to present a passport in order to fly within the United States. Not just flying international, that's flying domestic, okay? That's one. But then looking at it on another scale, being able to travel city to city, as you see in the movies, man, pile-ups, cars, you ain't gonna be able to drive. You have checkpoints, all right? I just seen a video of that from LA. They had checkpoints when those wildfires were going on, military checkpoints, okay? These things are gonna come to pass. They're gonna unfold on the earth. They already are. We're seeing signs of them, right? So there's gonna be a lot of other things that can happen, right? They have to have something that's gonna be a major event that's gonna get people to actually, okay, psychologically, something that's gonna hit the fan, right? So for instance, the pandemic, that was something that got everybody in their houses. Nobody wanted to come outside, right? They were able to set up shit for the next big event where they have to usher in the new system, the B system. What is it going to be? Okay, the government is always playing psyops, right? Or false flags, psychological operations, things that happen in the world, in America, in the news. It affects the way people think and the way that they move, right? So for instance, I'll just give an example. And this is all information you can research, right? I'm not just talking. From the pandemic, right before then, no one really wore masks unless you worked in a hospital, okay? You get used to people wearing masks for 2 to 3 years after that. Some people still are stuck in that mode. Fucking sheep, right? But you get used to just seeing people's eyes. And they said psychologically, man, that makes people less, what's the word to say? Less emotional, right? Because they can't see your face. They just see your eyes. Almost like it almost triggers some type of combative nerve in your brain. Like almost like you're looking at a ninja. You can't see that person's face, their facial expressions, their emotions. So you lose basically like empathy almost. Which, like it says, man, the love of many will wax cold. And this is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's one thing. That's so people are so fucked up from that. You still have people who still wear masks, thinking that shit helps. My mother, for instance, still wears a mask, thinking that shit is gonna prevent her from getting something, and it doesn't. The nigga who brought that shit out already said it's 0% effective, right? The same dude who got released on pardon. You wouldn't be on a pardon if you didn't commit a crime, right? So clearly it was some shit, some backstory behind him and the things that he was doing and telling people, right? Nonetheless, on top of that, those things collect germs on the inside of the mask. So you're breathing in more and more germs wearing that motherfucker than if you were just to not wear it, right? That's one psychological thing. You have people psychologically fucked up from 9/11 911. I almost said it. Okay? That's another false flag, right? Which they've already debunked that too, man. Esau is bare, and your tongue is falling upon yourself. You're getting real sloppy, man. The wise men, the teaming are being taken out. But anyways, I'm gonna finish my point and then get back on topic. Another thing, which I know this is a trigger for me, right? People will look at you weird when you cough in public. Okay, it's almost like a trigger because from that plan shit, somebody get the coughing, man, stay away from me, all this other shit, right? Before then, if somebody cough is regular. Post that somebody cough, oh, there's something wrong with them. Yeah, get the fuck away from me. And really, the only reason why I look at people now like they got two heads is because I hate when people cough and they don't cover their mouth. That's my thing. If you cough and if you cover your mouth, that's okay. But if you just out in the open, come on, man, cover your mouth, man. That's all germs you're letting out, and most times it be the Edomites who do that shit. Not to say that Jake don't do it, but it mainly be Edomites because the motherfuckers are very unclean and have no home training. But that's just like just giving an example, man. How psyops can fuck with you mentally, right? So these things that's going on, all of these damn crashes, psychologically that can fuck with somebody's brain, right? We did like the study said, 1 in 3 people. Like I said, though, I don't know if that's higher than because you already have people who don't want to fly no ways, who ain't never been on the plane. So I would assume this is a poll from people who have flown or fly frequently. I would hope so. And they're saying that, right? So let's get this, man. Local insiders, Salaki. Local insiders' findings reflect those of a recent Associated Press NORC poll conducted February 6th through February 10th. The poll revealed that only 64% of Americans believe air travel is somewhat or very safe, down from 71% a year prior. Okay, so the number who said they consider air travel somewhat or very safe rose from 12% to 20% over the same period. Oh, somewhat. I read that wrong. The number who said they consider air travel somewhat or very unsafe rose from 12% to 20% over the same period. Local insiders also found that passengers were being put off air travel due to rising airfare costs According to their research, airline ticketing prices have increased 7.1% year over year, and we know that is. Everything's increasing. Inflation. We've been in inflation for, I don't even know, man. Shit. Probably since I've been in college. Damn near 4 years now. With Washington Dulles International clocking in as the most expensive airport in the country with an average fare of $472. Colin Zarnecki, who led Locals Insiders research, told Newsweek after January's fatal mid-air collision involving an American Airlines flight and a series of near misses on runways, it's no surprise that travelers are feeling uneasy about flying right now. Ongoing staffing shortages and cuts at the FAA are only adding to those concerns. And remember, Donald Trump pointed his finger straight at FAA and DEI when the Black Hawk incident happened. While air travel remains statistically safe, it's clear that recent high-profile incidents have shaken traveler confidence, he added. Okay? So I want to get this. This is Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance. Okay? So the wicked are in rulership indeed, and the people are mourning. They're showing, right? A lot of people on the internet. A lot of people on the internet, man. They telling people not to fly. They telling people, oh, it's not safe. Okay. People are getting scared. And it's amongst other things, right? That's not the only thing that they're talking about or complaining about. They're complaining about the cost of eggs, the things that's going on, the taxes. We're in a trade war right now. Donald Trump is actively bringing more and more, pushing away allies and bringing more and more enemies. Like the elder Malcolm said in a video I watched today, he said he's like a wolf who's going and pissing on every tree in the woods. Man. The two countries that border us, we're putting massive tariffs on them, as well as threatening Russia with tariffs. We're in a trade war right now. Ontario just said one of the places that I believe like three states in America get their electricity from. They said they not funding y'all niggas no more. Okay? So we'll see, man. They saying that they doing all this to find where all the money is being spent, and it will go back to normal or become better. Man, that's only if the Lord wants it to, right? And then there was another thing I was about to say too. I can't remember. There's something else going on, man. If the spirit allows it, man. Trade war, Trump, and it's like something else. I don't want to stay too stuck on it, but Yeah, he's cutting a whole bunch of programs and stuff, which that wasn't what I was about to say, but it just came to my mind. Cutting a whole bunch of programs, firing a whole bunch of people. People are losing their jobs. Oh, yeah. They're saying that we expected to have the stock market's crash is going to be worse than 2008 recession, man. So, Lord willing, these things and more and worse things come upon this place for the whoredom of this harlot. Okay, so this is Isaiah 24:11. Nope, let's get 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Right, so those are going to be the times that we're coming into, man. People are going to lock their doors. They ain't going to let nobody in. You're going to be boarding up their houses and whatnot. It's going to be complete shutdown. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, right? So more and more you see, man, people going out. It's not the same. The club's not the same. The bar's not the same. Hitting them all not the same, right? The common folk are starting to see, damn, man, it's the things I used to enjoy doing, I don't enjoy doing them no more. There ain't no fun in it. And the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Okay? So it ain't gonna be nobody on the street soon. Ain't gonna be no traveling. You preparing you niggas for 15-minute cities. Okay? Ultimately, the joy, the happiness, the fun in the land is gone. Like I said, man, even the common folks see that we're in the end times, man. That's saying something. The common folk, people that aren't even in the truth, people of the other nations, they even starting to see, yeah, man, we at the end, man. Look at the shit that's going on around the world. Look at the economy. So yeah, let me get this, man. Okay. Jeff Gazzetti, a former accident investigator for the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board, told Newsweek that the three accidents mentioned above constitute a disturbing trend that has rarely been seen in nearly 2 decades. However, he added that commercial aviation is still incredibly safe, even with the recent accidents. Aviation attorney Aaron Applebaum told Newsweek in December that public confidence in aviation safety had been brought to near all-time lows due to incidents involving Boeing aircraft and the high number of runaway near misses recorded throughout the year. What happens next? The NTSB is still investigating the reasons behind the January 29th crash in D.C. and is expected to release a preliminary report soon. Okay, so let me see. Ultimately, man, that's what it is, man. Of course they're gonna send out traveling warnings. This place is just racking up different fucking yeah, Russia should be on the number 4. It's y'all biggest fucking enemy right now. Y'all niggas, hey man. I don't gotta say too much. A lot of that is from that, and then as well as pestilence is going out. Okay? Avoid walking alone at night. Yeah, I know a lot of people get snatched up and shit when they're in these foreign countries as well. But hey, women are independent and strong. They're just as strong as men and very capable. It's okay though. Hey, when Isaiah 4:1 comes into play, y'all have some real men that can protect y'all. The men of Yahweh Shemi Shah. So yeah, I'm not gonna dive into these two. Somewhat, those other two aren't really. It's more talking about traveling to foreign countries and safety precautions and all that stuff. Not really the incidents or the crashes, but Hey, man. All I can say is repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Like Yahweh once said, we're in the latter days. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. All of these things, like I said, like I always say, man, since 2020, shit has not gotten better, okay? In the world. We're only 3 months into 2025 and a whole bunch of shit has already happened. And it's going to continue to happen, right? And Lord willing, this is the year of our salvation. Lord willing, these prophecies come to pass. Jacob's trouble, or I want to go in order. Shit hits the fan, Jacob's trouble, MOTB, salvation of the elect. Okay, so, and the destruction of Babylon. Don't forget that one. That's a major one. So, just keep doing what you need to do, man. Meditate. It was the Sabbath yesterday, so Salakia, I meant to say Shabbat Shalom in my last video. We're coming up upon the Passover, so that's good, as well as the Feast of Unleavened Bread, right? So we're going to be keeping that. That's March 17th until the next week. That's Thursday. That's Thursday sundown to the next Thursday sundown, okay? Get your lamb, get your bitter herbs, get your red wine. If you can't drink red wine like I wasn't able to last year because I was underage, get you some grape juice. Make sure you eat it all, okay? And then you get you some leavened bread as well, unleavened bread, and you eat that for a week, right? Along with other things that don't have leavening agents in them. Or make sure you're supposed to eat a piece of unleavened bread every day for that week, all right? Remove all the leaven out of your home, and then say the holy prayers for the ceremony. And if you're if you don't know how to do it, all you got to do is search up GMS Passover, and they have the brothers as well as the elder apostles have multitude of videos concerning that, right? So that's how I did it. And you can find the prayers on their website too. What is that? Let me see if I can get that real quick. Greymillstone.info. It got all the prayers you need. Yeah, man. This for the Sabbath service, yeah. Which, like me, I don't have no ram's horn, so I'm not gonna be able to do that part. But you still got the other prayers you're supposed to do: anointing prayer, Shema prayer. I believe Psalms 121 and the Lord's Prayer, right? And I think you might say the curses as well. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look before I do my service. But, hey, with that being said, man, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. I'm going to go ahead and close it off there. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Hawakakwadash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Until next time, I say Shalom Israel. Shalom.